I love my family. I think about Facebook. Facebook is a platform to help people, families, and friends stay connected. And that's what I intend to use it for. But if they want to play a game of causing turmoil and stress between family on the platform, I don't believe the platform is working as intended. There's enough reason to stop using the thing that's not working. If the thing is intentionally driving and garnering people to play along with this push and pull between people who love each other and just want to stay connected. And willfully or ignorantly has a drive that seeps into the mind of people to play that part of separator. Or pusher to that. Pusher to separation. And I don't know. Creating like a silence. A silence of sharing your heart, of sharing your love, of sharing your caring. Through this veil of reactive propaganda. I'd say the essence, the spirit of separation finds itself grabbing at the reins of a person's life. When that person is ungrounded in reality. Dazzled by the flashy lights. Humor, the mask of humor only goes so far. Before things, there's nothing funny about the kind of, I don't know, jokes on display. It's a shit heap, a deluge of garbage. You're riding on a pile of garbage. You know, the lifelines, or here, the lifelines aren't in here. They're not on here. They're not on the computer. Because here doesn't know anything. Here we go. Whoosh, blah, whoosh, blah, 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 whoosh, blah, 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 blah. That's all it is. The things you say. Even the things you think. Sometimes, if you're really in tune, the things you feel. Shoo, shoo, bah. You become a vomit piece for these thoughts. Unaware, or disconnected, or believing in a blinders, illusory, not real. I meditated the other day, and when I did that, I was looking at light, the light, how the light reflects and refracts and casts shadows. And seeing the light not as a not as the light bulb. The light bulb's not the light. The light is, and the light's not even on, that's the sun. I turned the bulb off, but just for the sake of what I'm getting at, is the light is kind of all that you see. Look at the reflections, look at the refractions and the shadows and everything. I think it's pretty cool. It's cool to see how light isn't quite so bound to the objectification of the source. Shoof blah. Shoof blah blah blah. Shoof blah 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 blah. Shoof blah. Shoof blah. Detach from ball. You know, the one that's rolling. There's a lot of, when you meditating is something everybody can do, as simply as doing it. Don't ask me, ask the monk that told me that. I don't think people are supposed to be so preoccupied with the jabber, the constant jabber noise and stuff. The chit chat. When alright, I'll speak on my behalf. When I sit here and meditate, the jabber comes like pressure waves to my eardrum. It comes like pressure waves to my body. But sitting here is what helps me realize that these thoughts and these waves of woo-fa, woo-vee-va-va that make me want to go say stuff. Well, they don't control. Just the same, these light beams be my body like balls. I don't control either. Well, all this to say that, like, peace is something natural still. The whoosh flash, vum vum vum, that wants to come into you and make you go blah, or or blah. That's not peace. And I found myself multiple times being a mouthpiece for the forces taking advantage of my not peacetime. Gratefully, I have the ability to come to a place of rest, of peace. I choose to, despite all the things that could potentially be things that take me from that rest. And it's easier to connect and love loved ones when you know that peace. You can be aware of influences. You can be aware of the thoughts. You can be aware of forces and whatever have you that don't want you to be at rest, that don't want you to be at peace, that want you to move, that want you to stay, that want you to what have you, what have you, what have you. Well, whether they want that or not, that's just what they do. I am guessing to be a proponent of letting that be between people, not the mind in me, not the books even, and animals. Difficulty, it lessens when the difficulty is eased in acceptance of the peace, in acceptance of the rest, in acceptance of the still, the calm, the real, the real. So you know the real. You become aware of what you have more control, you have more say in what you allow to be real through you. And anxiety's there, you know, the fear ball's there, it's there, it's there, it's there. But you know, let it be. And no real